Have you ever listened to a new song, vibing along, and then it just stops? And you were waiting for that big emotional moment, that gear shift, when a song breaks down and builds back up. But it never comes. And you're left with a weird feeling like the story just isn't quite finished. Well, you're not crazy. That missing piece has a name, and it's the bridge. And new data shows that this powerful part of the song is quickly going extinct. This is Henry Clark of Senior Musicians Unite, where I share tips, tricks, and industry info to help senior musicians understand how to navigate the ever-changing music industry of today. Now, in the 90s, the average hit song on the Billboard charts was around 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And today, that has shrunk to just over 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Nearly a whole minute has been shaved off of the music. And in this video, I'm exposing how the cold, hard economics of Spotify and streaming sites and the 15-second loop of TikTok have conspired. Well, that's a strong word. Maybe that's not the right word, but let's just say that they have helped to eliminate and actually kill off the bridge. What we've lost is the power of the bridge. But before we get to what we've lost, we need to remember what a bridge actually is. The classic pop song structure, it's very simple. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and an end. That's how it goes. The verse tells a story. The chorus is the big catchy idea, and the bridge. The bridge is a detour. It's a moment to take a breath, change keys, introduce a new idea, and build tension before that final satisfying slam back into the chorus. Think about it. Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. The song is a masterpiece of melancholy, and then the bridge hits. And no new lyrics, just Bill repeating, and I know. He did it. He did it like 26 times. He had planned to write more words, but the other musicians in the studio convinced him to just leave it, creating a moment of raw and obsessive spiraling. And that became the emotional core of the whole track. These are the moments that make a good song. They're the plot twist, the emotional climax that makes the feeling of the ending earned. Now, think about today's biggest hits. Take a song like Dua Lipa's Levitating or Harry Styles' Watermelon Sugar. They are perfectly produced, relentless, catchy bangers, but structurally, they're often just a simple loop. Verse, chorus, outro. There's no detour. The part of the song designed to give us contrast and depth is gone, leaving a structure that is all hooked all the time. It's actually musical junk food. Tasty in the moment, but it doesn't leave you feeling satisfied. And that's a feeling that many of us have noticed. We just didn't have a name for why modern music can feel so formula-driven. But could you imagine Billie Jean by Michael Jackson without that Eddie Van Halen solo? I mean, that was such an essential part of that song. It just made the song right. Or Prince, Purple Rain without the solo. Come on, man. You need that stuff, right? But as usual, it's the economics that forces songwriters to get rid of one of the most powerful creative tools. And as usual, it comes down to two things: technology and money. And it all started when we stopped buying music and we started renting it. Back in the day, vinyl CDs and even cassettes were sold and not rented, because once a label had your money, their job was done. In a way, this gave artists a lot of freedom. They could create growers or songs that it might not hit you on the first hearing, but it revealed their genius over time. They could have these long intros and epic guitar solos, and of course, complex and beautiful bridges. And then came Spotify, and all the streaming sites. The streaming model, it turned the industry upside down. Artists and labels no longer get paid for a purchase. They get paid per stream. And a stream only counts if you listen to more than 30 seconds. Let me say that again. If you skip a song at 29 seconds, you as the artist get zero. So this single rule created an obsession with the skip rate. Every song is now in this death match for your attention in those first 30 seconds. And it's also why song intros have been absolutely annihilated. In the 80s, the average intro was around 21 seconds. By the 2010s, that was slashed to just 12 seconds. And today, it's even less. As one K-pop star famously put it, like, don't bore us, take us to the chorus, And in this new economy, the bridge was deemed a liability. It usually showed up around the 2-minute mark, right when a listener's attention might be drifting a bit. Introducing a new unfamiliar section, the very thing that made the bridge special became a risk. It's a moment where you might get bored and skip, so economically, it's just safer to just forget the bridge and slam the chorus. Again, as one producer put it, the shorter the song is, the more streams it's going to get. It's a numbers game, and the bridge is a casualty of that. It's that TikTok accelerator. The 30-second rule was just a start. The real death blow to the bridge came from the app that a lot of people scroll through every day called TikTok. It's actually been deemed the single most powerful launchpad for new music on the planet today. And the numbers support it. The numbers are just wild. A 2024 report from Luminate and TikTok found that a staggering 84% of the songs that landed on the Billboard Global 200 chart first gained traction on TikTok. Getting a song to go viral isn't just a strategy anymore for many hits. It is the strategy. And what makes a song go viral on TikTok? It's not a 4-minute song. It's a 15-second clip, a dance challenge, a meme, a sped up remix. A whole song is now judged on its viral potential, its ability to be chopped into bite-sized, loopable audio clips. And this forces songwriters to think in a totally new way. The question is no longer, how do we tell a compelling story? It's, where's the 15-second clip going to pop off at? And this has led to songs being absolutely stuffed with hooks, almost like they have multiple choruses, just to increase the odds that one of those catches fire. Look at Lil Wayne's Poland, which is only 83 seconds long, or Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, a masterclass at relentless hook-driven pop. These songs are engineered for the modern attention economy. They get in, deliver the sugar rush, and get out, maximizing replayability. In this world, a song with a traditional bridge feels like an ancient relic. It slows the momentum. It interrupts a loop. It's just bad for business now. But it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want to do that. There is hope for the future because, things always come back around anyway. Just so as long if you hang around long enough, you've seen it before. At least I have. I've been around a while, But the art of the bridge isn't completely dead. It's just become the territory of artists with enough power to ignore the trends. And no one proves this more than Taylor Swift. She built her career on storytelling, and for her fans, the bridges are legendary. They are events and are often the most anticipated part of her songs. It's proof that a dedicated audience won't just put up with a bridge, they'll demand it. And then there's also Beyonce. She's always been a master of song structure, and on an album like Renaissance, she intentionally challenged a trend of short, simple songs. She created sprawling tracks with unconventional structures, multiple movements, and powerful extended bridges that built a huge emotional payoff. It's a statement from an artist at the height of her power, reminding everyone of the artistic depth that is possible. Now, These artists show if your goal is to build a real long-term connection with the audience, emotional depth beats skip rates. But let's be honest here, guys. These artists today, right now at this point in time, they are the exceptions and not the rule. They've earned the power to play the long game because people are going to listen to them anyway. They've got this fan base. But as a newbie trying to break in, we don't have that luxury. So we are forced, based on pressure, to conform to this bridgeless, hook-heavy formula. And the pressure is absolutely overwhelming. So is the bridge dead? Not entirely. But it has been dismantled piece by piece by the invisible hand of the almighty algorithm. It's been sacrificed for the 30-second payout and the 15-second loop. The part of the song that gave us the deepest emotional release is now deemed a commercial risk, a speed bump on the highway of content consumption. We've traded narrative arcs for stream counts and emotional journeys for viral moments, and the result is a pop landscape that's more immediate and catchy than ever, but it also feels a little more shallow, a little less satisfying, and actually a little less human. What do you think? Is this a permanent change in music, or is the bridge just waiting to make a comeback? And more importantly, what's the last song you heard with a killer bridge that you just can't forget? Let me know in the comments section, and stay tuned for more content from Senior Musicians Unite. And again, my name is Henry Clark, and I will see you guys later. Bye.